All right, guys, 3x to the Lex, right back at you with one more video. Let's get into it. All right, today I'm here to talk to you guys about the PlayStation 1 section. And overall, there's about 28 games in this section. There's a few noteworthy titles, but overall, it's a little sparse right now. I know they're in the process of adding more and updating it, so I'm definitely on the lookout for that. And hopefully I should have another update video for you guys come pretty soon. But anyway, for today's video, we're going to focus on PlayStation 1 and what's available. Now, of the significant games, this is pretty much the list we're working with right here. Now, for the games of my interest on this list, I mean, first and foremost, Bloody Roar 2. I mean, to go with the theme of the cab, I mean, just an absolutely iconic fighting game franchise in my opinion. A little bit more of a cult classic. It didn't have like a huge following like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, King of Fighters and stuff, but you know, definitely a big favorite of mine. So and like part 2 was, in my opinion, the definitive version of Bloody Roar. So for the time for when this game came out, Bloody Roar 2, the graphics, everything was like top notch for PlayStation 1. Definitely one of the best games on the platform fighting wise. Something to remember also about these PlayStation 1 games that really stand out is that the loading times for these games have been cut down considerably. Because I specifically remember this in many other games I've tried out on here, having like pretty significant loading times, and like now these things just fly by loading time wise. So like you really don't have, that's not a concern anymore. Also, the graphics has been upscaled. Like the game like looks great for a 21-year-old game. It plays smooth. It was always 60 frames per second. It plays smooth. It looks great upscaled, and it's just a great game, man. And this is a great platform to play it on with the upgrades to the upscale graphics and the loading times being pretty much cut out. Like, look how fast that loaded. Like, for a PlayStation 1 game, you kidding me, man? You could go take a nap with the loading times on these PlayStation 1 games back in the day. Like, it's a real treat to be able to have that and not worry about loading times. Just a real treat. Oh, wow, look at that Super Boom break. You know, something else I'll say too, and I'm going to touch on this more in a future video, is that the controls have really like loosened up for me, and like the sticks are feeling much better. I haven't had the machine very long, but the more and more fighting games I'm playing, the sticks are starting to really feel accurate. The buttons are starting to feel better, and I'm able to like really get in and enjoy the games now without too much of a problem. So these sticks are actually turned out to be better than I thought they were. So that's really a good thing, and I'm really happy about that. All right, anyway, That's Bloody Roar 2. Definitely check that out when you get your cab. You know, another game that was a standout to me, like of course, Dead or Alive. You know, great fighting game. Both of these games came out or came up around the same time, same era. I believe Dead or Alive probably came out maybe a year or so before Model 2 original game for the Sega platform, and eventually it was ported to PlayStation like a couple years later. And it's another game that benefits from being upscaled to look even better and much improved load times, because this game definitely has significant load times for sure. This was back when replays was in all of the fighting games. That seems to have gone the way of the dinosaur now. For those unfamiliar, Dead or Alive, iconic fighting game franchise. Like I said earlier, it came up in like the mid 90s. Really great graphics, great gameplay. It was kind of a little bit almost like a mix between Virtua Fighter and Tekken. Probably a little bit closer to Virtua Fighter though. And it had like more of the flair of Tekken, and you know, but it was a little bit more nuanced, like Virtua Fighter, and the game was really fast. It had like a great countering system, which was unique, especially for that time, and it was just a great game, man. Great fighting game, definitely iconic for sure. So, anyway, that's Dead or Alive. Another game, you know, first Crash Bandicoot, you know, definitely top-notch game, you know, platforming game that came out earlier in the PlayStation 1 life. And this was a cool game. It was a cool game. It was pretty popular back in the day. So yeah, this was a pretty cool platformer for its day. It was definitely popular, like I mentioned earlier. Graphics were like really good for that time period, and you know, overall, I definitely liked the game. I remember having it, and I enjoyed it. Yeah, some of the platforming elements were real cheap though, to be honest.